Morning. Hello, everyone. Let's see if I can get music. Music maestro. There we are. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Alexa is not happy this morning. Morning, Ricky. Morning, Josie. Hi, Kathy Hand. Happy Friday. Well, don't know what's going on with Alexa. She doesn't want to play the music. So we may have to go on without her.
Chasing coins, because it's a beautiful day.
Hey, everybody.
Isn't it so come on, let's play. You're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Kick back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day.
Look at all of you beautiful people. Hello, hello. Kathy, Ricky, C. Megan. Hi, good morning to you. Jennifer Langren, Sally De La Rosa, Tony De La Rosa. Hello and welcome this morning. Jessie, oh, I'm so glad you came back. Good morning. Elena, hi, honey. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for sharing, Sally. And Suzanne, good morning. Joanne, good morning to you. All right. Let's do our heart-brain coherence. So we start by touching the heart center and slowing down the breathing, adding in the love. Those are the three parts to it. It's so simple. But what we do is just start telling ourselves something beautiful, like, you're amazing. So just do that. Just say something to your heart that you want to say, something you want to hear. Even if you don't believe it, even if you have that ego brain telling you, nah, that's not true. Don't listen to it. This is all about giving yourself self-love and self-care. So if you don't believe it coming from you, believe it coming from me. You are loved. You are worthy. You are amazing and powerful. Listen to those words. You are enough. Breathe in love, the love that I'm sending, the love that your fellow peas are here sending to you. Breathe it in and breathe out love. And something may be coming up for you. You may never have heard those words before, that you are enough or you are worthy. And if your brain's trying to tell you something else, just exhale that out. Just let it go, because you are enough. You are amazing. And you are loved. And you are exactly where you are supposed to be. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Take all of that in. Take in all the ooey gooey good stuff, because it's true. It's true. You are here, and that's enough. You don't need anything else. Just coming in with an open attitude and an open heart, and just be. Just allow yourself to just accept the love that we want to give you. Good morning, Charlie Coons. And Sally says, today I am worthy of complete happiness. Absolutely. We all are. That happiness comes from the inside. It has nothing to do with what's outside of you. Your happiness is an inside job. And Sally says, I am enough is on a ring that Tony and I wear as reminders. That's beautiful. You are enough, just as you are. Good morning, Deirdre. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And Kathy Ann says, did you read my mind? I was going to suggest doing I am affirmations. You know, sometimes we don't really believe them, but the power in it is to keep saying it, keep hearing it. When you hear those words, I am enough, something happens inside. And I have to tell you, I went pretty much my whole life not hearing those words, not hearing them from myself or anybody else. Nobody ever told me I was worthy. I had to figure that out. And then when I heard the words being said, and I heard it on a meditation, and I just bawled. I just couldn't keep it inside anymore. I was like, what do you mean I'm enough? What do you mean I'm worthy? I've never heard that before. But boy, is it powerful when you do hear it, when you finally get it, that you don't have to earn your worthiness. There's nothing to earn. There's nothing to, no work that you can do that says you're worthy. You just are, just the way you are. Robin Waters Dykes, thank you for being here this morning. And everyone that's showing up for yourself. Happy Friday. It's a Friday here. So on Fridays, we share out what our yay is. What's your yay today? I'm being in a state of acceptance right now, accepting that I can do whatever I want to do. I'm not limited. I am losing all of my limitations right now. And I want to read you the blog because I had to step out of my comfort zone yesterday. And when we do that, I feel like we grow. Every time we step out of our comfort zone, we grow. So what's your yay? My yay is stepping up. That's my yay. And I'm going to just stay in that energy all day long. Hi, Julie Kiss. Thank you for being here, darling. So I want to read this blog. It's called Stuck. And see if you can relate. See if there's anything that touches you in these words that came out last night with the angels. Betty Sue Flowers says, so you're stuck. Every time your madman starts to write, your judge pounces on him. So start by madman energy flow. Save the details for the judge. Today was such an interesting day. Hi, Marietta. I'm here in Colorado to house and pet sit for a dear friend, Denise. Her daughter is in school in Italy, and the plan was for them to leave yesterday, which was Wednesday. A not so small glitch delayed their trip as there was an issue getting the passport with a visa, which was mailed from Chicago, priority mail, almost a week ago. Okay, so like overnight or 2-day mail took a week to get here. Flights as well as overseas housing had to be rearranged as they were stuck here until the passport was received. It was interesting to be the observer and also try to support them through staying calm myself as I prayed for a miracle to happen, which it did this morning. Had we been able to leave for the airport yesterday, it would have been on a clear day. However, overnight, the storm came in with a vengeance. It dumped a ton of snow over us, totally covering the Angel Mobile and everything else in sight. Well, this Florida girl does not do well driving in snow and ice. I had already promised to take Denise and her daughter to the airport once the passport arrived, so now there was a dilemma. Uber was a possibility, although an expensive one. I had seen the reports of road closures and had a dread of being out there and all of that. Finally, my friend Ruth texted to say that the roadways were clear. Well, the main roads anyway. Our street was piled high with snow and slush, and my car was snowed in. I decided to be brave and take them to the airport, stepping way out of my comfort zone. Denise shoveled a path as I warmed up the car. Not feeling very brave, I asked her to drive the car out onto the street, and we decided it was a better idea for her to drive to the airport and I would drive back home. Well, that was well and good because the streets were clear fairly. However, coming back to our street and trying to get through all the snow to park the car was quite another story. Slipping and sliding, I made it across the pile of snow and got almost to the parking area in front of her house when all of a sudden the car would not move. I was stuck. It's not a good thing when you are mashing on the gas and the tires just spin. Well, then I put it in a lower gear and was able to back up a little bit, but could not get enough traction to move enough to clear the driveway. Having no other choice, I put it in park, and that's where she will stay overnight. Dear angels, it's an interesting feeling to be stuck. What a metaphor for how we live our lives. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense as we try to move forward, but we get delayed by circumstances beyond our control. Other times, we try to get some traction to move forward, but the wheels do not move and we remain spinning in place. Dear ones, Many times, thinking that there is no way out keeps you stuck in your present situation. What is your objective? If you do not have something you're trying to move forward to, how do you know that you're not achieving? Try looking at it with a new perspective. Imagine that your target becomes bigger and remains stationary, that it is waiting for you to arrive. If you have been seeing it as constantly moving ahead of you, then of course you will never reach it. This is your creation, your movie. The only important thing to remember is that you are here to love. Mark your success on how well you are loving, how compassionate you are, how much inner peace you feel inside. Once your focus turns in this direction, the wheels will begin to move forward again. There is no stuck, dear ones. There is just you in each divine moment, either loving life or not. Dear angels, today I promise to change my perception of how much I am stuck and instead looking at how much I am loving. So last night's blog was very personal for me, and I don't feel stuck. It's interesting because that whole situation was all about looking at it with different eyes, with a different perspective. And what do you do when you have to wait for something else to happen, something else to fall into place that you really can't do anything about? I mean, seriously, there was nothing that could be done about the US mail, right? And getting that passport. But you can change your perspective. So let's see what you all got going on and how you resonate with the energy of being stuck or being loving. Kathy Hand says, this morning I had to keep saying to myself that I am the change that's needed in my family. I am the light of peace and unconditional love. I love that for you, Kathy. Elena says, happy Friday. Waking up is a yay. Every morning I say that, Elena. I say, thank you, God, for another day alive. I'm here. I can enjoy one more day. I can make a difference in this day. Let me see what I can do. That's how I wake up. That's my attitude. And Sally says, my Friday is having the center's retail space back together, giving way for a brand new year with the rebirth of the retail space. I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy that Zenlightenment is shining its light into the world. Catherine Kovacs, my yay is that I'm going to a New Year's Eve party tomorrow evening. Yay for you. That's awesome. Ricky, Friday, everything is working perfectly. Oh, I'm sure it is, Ricky. I can feel that for you. It is working so perfectly. And there we are, Hope Wellington Marshall. I'm so glad you're here. And Sally says, in Michigan, we carry kitty litter in our vehicles. So when we get stuck, we generally don't need help getting out. Just place the kitty litter under your tires. Well, see, I need your wisdom, Sally, because I'm not a winter person. In Florida, we don't get that white slushy stuff or the things we get stuck in like ice and sleet. But I survived. I survived, you guys. And I am so thrilled that I got unstuck. Well, the Angel Mobile is where it is. I'll move it today. And hopefully it will warm up some today so that snow will start melting. It's 16 right now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if it looks promising for it to let go of some of that white stuff. All right, so let's see what Kuan Yin had to say about all of this. I know she was laughing at me yesterday. She wasn't laughing at me. She was laughing with me. as I was anticipating the worst as I got out there on the roadway. But yeah, it really wasn't as bad as I had it sounding in my mind, right? When I watched the roadways closures, I was saying, oh my gosh, they closed the interstate, they closed the main road that goes from here to the airport. I'm like, I don't know, you guys, you may just have to stay here. But we made it. Oh, Elena, seriously, it's going to be 80 degrees there today. Well, enjoy that while I'm in my 16 degrees. Sally says, our snow is almost gone. It has been so warm. Everything has been melting. It sounds like it's raining out, but it's melting snow and ice. I watched the snow falling off the rooftops and the trees yesterday. It was so beautiful to see that. Just beautiful. And there was a limb that broke on one of the trees out front. And it's a beautiful big tree. So I was really sad that that limb came down, but the snow was wet and it was heavy. So that's what happens. Robin says, rainy and thunderstorms today. My yay, I am changing my thought process. I love that. And Elena, yeah, I know, I need to be back in Florida. I've been asking these angels, what the heck? You know, why am I here in 16-degree weather? I could be in 80-degree weather. Oh, Jennifer, your yay is you woke up today and it's not so cold. Good for you down in Miami. I'm sure it's beautiful right now. And Julie says, no fun driving in the snow for sure, but great people always around to help here in our little town. Yeah, when I got home from the airport, there was no sign of life. There was nobody moving out on the streets. So when I got stuck, that was where it was. I was lucky I was able to get the door open because the snow, I don't even know how much snow's out on the street, but it's a lot. And so I finally was able to move some of the snow out of the way and get the door open enough to get out. And Suzanne says, Pennsylvania is making progress. We are above freezing. Yay. That's definitely a FriYay. Sally, it's because you're on a mission. I am a woman on a mission, and I will continue on this mission until the angels say no or I'm out of here. So whichever comes first, we'll see what happens. I'm just happy where I am, wherever that may be. Right now it's Colorado. I don't know what the game plan is. I'll be here until the end of the month. So we'll see what happens. Huan Yan says, grace carries you home. At the end of your efforts, when your resources are exhausted and you are without further recourse, I am there for you with loving, wild grace to carry you home. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Yes, you did. You did, Kuan Yin. You carried me home yesterday through all of that muck and mire and people not knowing how to drive through snow. Yeah, it's always spirit that's there. Whenever we think we're stuck, whenever we think we can't do something, I never said I can't drive in the snow. I said, I really don't like this idea. I really don't. It's like when the car moves and I'm not moving it that direction. Oh, excuse me. To me, that's never a good thing. If the car's moving by itself, it's slipping and sliding. And when Denise drove it out of the parking space and onto the street, because the street hadn't been plowed, it was just piled high with snow. So we were driving through snow. And it was a little scary, I have to admit. It's like, what if it slides into one of the other cars that are parked on the street? So I did. I went into that thought. And then I immediately said, nope, we've got this. The angels are here. I called on Michael before she even started driving. And I said, we've got this. She's going to make it to the airport, which she did. And they're going to get on a plane, which they did. And they should, I think they should be in Italy by now. It was, I think it was 11 hours. And they left at 8 o'clock last night. So they should be there. And Autumn gets to be at school on time. They get to have a few days before school starts that they can just be and do things for the New Year's. And Sally said, that's me totally. I don't like the fishtail feeling. Mm-mm. No, that is not fun. I think I hit one spot of ice where I slid, but I didn't panic. And that's the key, I think, isn't it? Staying calm. So the same thing with life. This is all just a metaphor. It's all just showing us how we can live our life in being okay with things. We don't have to be happy about it. Like I wasn't happy about going out in that cold weather, walking through slush and snow. I wasn't happy about that. But I was accepting and allowing, and I was open to the adventure. I'm like, okay, God, you put me here for a reason. I'm always exactly where I need to be. And yeah, there could have been an Uber driver that took them to the airport, but the airport's like 40 minutes away, and that would have been super expensive. And it would have been somebody that, they had no idea what their driving skills were, or if they cared, if they were careful in the weather or in the snow. So, I was here for a purpose. And that's what I've noticed with this journey. Everywhere I am, there's a reason that I'm supposed to be there. And I can look back over the last 2 years and see that. I see that every time that I'm in some place, there's something that happens every time. And I can look back at the perfection of why I'm where I am. And that's why I don't stress over not knowing where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going next. I know I'm headed to Sedona because there's a retreat happening in April, the middle of April there. The dates are April 14th through the 17th for those of you that are planning on coming. Elena. I know Elena's going to be there. Mary's going to be there. Hopefully Rick and Josie and Leo. Let's get our Florida gang coming in, and people from the West Coast like Rosalind will be there, and Carolina from Arizona. So yeah, we're going to have a good time, and it's just going to be a sweet retreat where we go deeper inside. We're not going to have a whole lot of teaching. There's not a lot of formality. It's just mostly experiential. We're in Sedona. It's a vortex of energy, and we're going to be going to watch UFOs every night. So come on in, hang on to your horses because it's going to get fun. And Sally says, I had to drive Tony to work before she worked third. I worked first. And right around the corner from our house, I wound up doing a 380 in a pickup truck. And because of that, I've decided from there on, I don't like driving in the winter, in the snow and the ice. And I had to drive her there and come all the way home and then go back the same way in the morning. And that scared the heck out of me. Sally, that's the thing too, is can you see? Because I was so happy we were leaving in the afternoon and not at night. Their flight was at 8. And if we had gone any later, it would have been dark when I got back home, and I wouldn't have been able to see. And isn't it that way with our lives too? If we have a light on, we can see more clearly. So keep your light on, keep shining from the inside so that you can see and you can navigate those icy patches and the snow that's built up. When we do the affirmations like we were doing earlier, that's flipping the switch. That's turning the light on so that we can see more clearly. And Sally says we have 2 areas for land healing in Michigan if you should decide to return. I'm going to return, Sally. I have a feeling I'm going up into some of the northern states. That's what I keep hearing. Not right now, but after Sedona, I'll be heading up into like North Dakota and Minnesota, and then coming over into Michigan. So yeah, let's do some more land blessings there. I'm ready. This is a year, 2023 is about being free, freeing ourselves, freeing the energy, freeing up whatever is holding us back and dark and dank and creating struggle in our lives. Is losing all of that darkness, getting rid of the shadows. And Sally, I'm glad you're doing that workshop that you are doing, dealing with the shadow self, because we need to release all of that energy for our lights to shine more fully. Sally said, my daughter did a self-love meditation in one of the vortexes there in Sedona. And within like 6 to 8 weeks after she returned home, she lost half of her body weight. Yeah. You know, that's the thing, is when we decide to lighten up our energy, everything changes. My body weight has just changed so drastically after I made that decision. Just lose what I don't need. And that's the whole thing. When you have extra weight on, that's a protection. That's you trying to protect yourself from something because you're feeling inside that there's something going on that's heavy. When you release that heaviness, everything starts to lighten up, including your physical weight. And that's what I have experienced. And what I'm going through right now is just letting it go, and it's falling off, and I'm absolutely loving it. And Sally says we have Traverse City in Manistee, Michigan on the list. Good. Yeah, let's get that plan. Let's get it on the calendar. I think, once I have something on my calendar, then I have a direction to be moving toward, and I know what I'm doing. Most of the time I'm flying by the seat of my pants, you guys. So I don't know what that looks like to be somewhere at a certain time until it's on the calendar. And once it's on the calendar, then that's where I'm coming. And I know we're doing a retreat in Florida later in the year. So I know that I'll be in the northern states for probably the summertime, and then headed down to Florida. And my game plan is to be in the winter in Florida next year in 2023. We'll see what the angels have to say, but I've already told them no more of this wet, yucky stuff for me to get stuck in. That's no fun at all. And Suzanne says that was the best class she ever took. Oh, I'm so glad, Suzanne. Erica Hoppy, good morning to you. Thank you for coming in this morning. All right, so let's do any prayer requests that you have, anything going on that you need to put in there. And we have this big prayer list that we're all lifting up. And we have some people that are not on this morning. So Blue hasn't been here in a couple of days. I'm kind of concerned that we haven't seen her. So let's lift her up this morning. Somebody type in her name. Sometimes that gets her in here for the prayers. And our Auntie Jean, she's probably sleeping in today. So let's say her name and get her in here. Jean Lorio. Annie 7, there you are. Where have you been? Hello and welcome. And Sally says, shoot me some dates that work. And yeah, let's plan on it. Absolutely. And thank you, Deirdre, for calling in. Jean Walensky and Jean Lorio. Oh, you had to bring your son to work. Yeah, I forget about that. Deirdre is offering prayers for all humans, for Gaia and world peace, and attention to human trafficking. Definitely. And Robin is adding the Rowland family. Richard Rowland gained his angel wings. Sweet. When I saw that yesterday, sending so much love and support to his family. There's been a lot of loss here at the end of the year. Let's focus on lifting people that are missing their loved ones at this time of year and going into a new year without them here physically. They're not totally without them. They're just there in a different room and having to communicate in a different way. All right, so any prayer requests you have, there's Tammy Fisk. Good morning, darling. And Tammy, we pray for you every day for a miracle to happen. We want you healthy and wealthy and wise. We want that job to show up for you. Thank you, Julie Kiss. Prayers for all in need. And please keep a mutual friend of Ruth Anderson and myself in your prayers. His name is Al, and Al is ready to make his transition out of his physical body. So please remember him and his wife, Jeannie. All right, any other prayer requests? I know we lift up those sweet babies, Haven and baby Wyatt and their families. Any of you that are going through stuff, if you want to just put your name in there, you don't have to say anything else. Just ask for prayer for yourself. And we know to lift you up. Yes, Suzanne, you absolutely. We lift you up with extra prayers today. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's do our prayers. And if you have any other yays, the yays really lift the energy. It makes the energy higher so that when we do give a prayer out and we do meditate, our spirit lifts that prayer even higher, and we can really feel it. When two or more are gathered, it really does make it a lot huger. The energy feels huge when there's more than one of us that are praying for the same thing. And that's when we see the miracles. We see miracles happen every day. So just say some yays, give some love. It's all about the love, just like what the angel said in the blog. How much are you loving? And my friend Karen Palmer reminded me there's some wording that we can use. And if you're in a situation where you're feeling stuck, because that's what the message is all about today, is if you're feeling stuck or if you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere as much as you try, your wheels are just spinning, there's three things. What would love have me do? What would love have me do? What would love have me hear? And what would love have me respond? So anytime you're in a situation where you're saying that you need prayer or something's not going right or you're not making any progress, just go back into your heart. Go into your heart and ask, what would love have me do? What would the love in my heart have me hear? And then say that, just like the affirmations we said earlier. You are enough. You are worthy. Let's do that. Let's just breathe into our heart right now. Letting go of everything else that is perceived to be outside of you. Let's just go to the inside where that love is. So breathe into your heart. Hold that energy. What would love have you hear right now in this moment? And say that to yourself. Tell yourself how loved you are, how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how special you are. And how would love have you respond? Are you saying yes? Are you opening that door? Yesterday, we focused on opening the door to our heart, letting the love in. How are you responding to these words that you are enough, that you are worthy? What would love have you do? Pure, unconditional love has no limits. It has no conditions. It doesn't say you are loved if you do this. It just stops after the word love. You are so loved. You are so beautiful. Hold that energy. Know that that divine light is coming from a place that doesn't judge. It comes from a place that just accepts you as you are. Maybe you've made some bad choices. Maybe you've done things that you're ashamed of, and you feel like you're not enough, or you're not worthy, or you can't be loved. Lose that thought. What would love have you think? Love would say, it doesn't matter what you did in your past. That's done. Why are you dwelling there? Come back to the present. Love would bring your focus right here, right now, in this precious, holy moment. The only moment we have is right now. So give yourself that gift of loving you in this moment. Hold yourself in high regard. Know that you are special. You were made perfect. And know the human body is not perfect. You, the real you, the soul inside, that's perfect. Just dwell there for a moment. Just immerse yourself in all that love. And in that place of love, let's send out energy to those that need it, those who are asking for extra prayers, those that are on our prayer list that we lift up every day. Just wrap your arms of love around them and just say, I love you, period. Nothing else, just love. And then we do the same thing for each other. Every day we do the heart telephone. Every day we just share our love. And let's do that now. And welcome, Kathleen. So glad you're here. Sally, you're listening from the teeter chair upside down and praying for those in need today. Love and positive vibrations. That's what we send out. And Kathleen says, thank you to all the P's who prayed for Colleen to get home last night. She got home sick, but safely at 3 this morning. I'm so happy that she's home. And now the healing can begin. She can relax. So let's give love on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so very much. I just want to share that today at 4:30 Mountain Time, 6:30 Eastern Time, there's going to be a special meditation that I will lead, and we're going to stream it, so you'll be able to participate, or you can come into the Zoom room and participate. It was a year ago today that over 1,000 houses burned here in this area where I am, in Boulder, Colorado. And Ruth Anderson owned one of those houses that burned to the ground. So we're going to lift up the energy today. We're going to send out love to all of those who got displaced 1 year ago today, and many of them still displaced, still not rebuilt. I've driven around this area. I have seen the construction crews out. I have seen, the the people that are still holding on to hope that they can get a house put back on their property. So Ruth is one of those. And I just love my friend so much. And I would pray that you all would support her as well on this day that has a deep meaning to many people here in this area. And we're going to do a gathering on Zoom, and we're going to send love, and we're going to lift up the vibration and see all of that area flourishing again with houses and people, children playing in the yards, instead of what it's looking like right now, which when I first saw it about a year ago, a little over a year, 6 months ago, sorry, it looked like a bomb had been dropped there. It was devastating to even see it. But now there's work crews and things are moving forward. So 4:30 this afternoon, we will be on Zoom and broadcasting it online so we can lift up and support this community. And I'd love to have you all there. All right, so let's get on with our day. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, everyone who wants to join us there today to send love. And speaking of love, our little love bug, Leo, let's get you singing to us. Are you, our Leo? He's trying to hide this morning. That's not fun. There he is.
Easy Wheels started as my college project, and we now sell our wheel covers all around the world.
All right, here we go.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready, because today is the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on a mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead. Wherever we may be, we create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can slide with us, there is always more space in the pot. Full of love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. Morning cuppa full of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning cuppa full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cuppa full of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning cuppa full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
All about the joy. That smile on your face. Ooh, thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone. It's all about the joy. Remember what a smile is. Spirit magnifies incredible, loving energy. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. I love you so much. Namaste, y'all. I'll see you today at 6:30 Eastern.